Hello, everyone, and welcome to League Review. I'm your host, William, and today my microphone's actually working at the beginning, so that's a positive start. Sorry we're late with the LPL again. It's just been crazy with this coronavirus thing. I've been a lot of stress, lots of anxiety. It hasn't been great. It's been really tough to do the podcast, let alone watch some of the games. Like I've been catching up on a lot of highlights on stuff, but yeah, it's been a little stressful, especially because Michigan I think is now the fourth worst state in the country. So yeah, we're gonna just go over some quick uh power rankings and just another quick predictions, and then that should probably be it today. It's a little late already, but here are the predictions from last week. I went 15-5 with my predictions. Let me pull up here so I can tell you exactly which ones, but it was a much better week. We're back on track to try and get back above 66% win rate so Idol doesn't mock us for our poor picking. We are currently, if we do the math on that, 47 plus 27 is 74. So 47 divided by 74 is a 63.5% win rate. So we round that up to 64%. If we can get a few more good weeks like previously, or like with week 4, we should be right back on track to accomplish that. 3 games have already happened this week. I can tell you I went 2-1 with those predictions. It got real close with that Sunning though. Got real close with Sunning. Oh man, but yeah, we're 2-1 so far. I did not pick Vici Gaming to beat LNG. I was really actually debating it. To be honest, I even mentioned Ryan actually wanted to pick Vici Gaming as well. I think he said he did. He didn't want to admit it, but I believed it enough because he didn't want to curse them. But man, LNG's been dropping some odd games lately. 3 losses in a row with the loss to Vici Gaming, and now what else did they lose to? They lost to Sunning and E-Star. All 2-1s. They were all close matches, but they've just come up short every single time. They are, dare I say, the new Vici Gaming. Now, they can't say that yet. They've already won 4 series to split, which is by far more than Vici Gaming wins usually any split. So, yeah. Billy still struggling. They got a win finally. They did get a win against Team WE, but man, they are 3-6 down at the bottom here with Rogue Warriors and LGD and Dominius Gaming or Dominius Esports. But Victory 5 is all alone at the very bottom. But we'll talk about that let's talk about power rankings. I do have a slide for power rankings. I don't have a slide for predictions sadly, but I do have a slide for power rankings. This week's power rankings, we have Fun Plus Phoenix in first place. Even though Idol and Ryan are going to kill me for this, but I still truly believe Fun Plus Phoenix is the best team in the world, defending world champions. I know E-Star has already beaten Fun Plus Phoenix in week 1 of the season, but they are a completely changed team since then. They have won 8 series in a row, most of them at a very dominating fashion. Doinby has won 9 mans of the match or man of the match awards so far, and it's been absolutely crazy how good Fun Plus Phoenix is playing. And they also won today with Khan against Victory 5, but it's been a very strong performance since the first week of 0-2. Since then they've only lost 3 games, no series, only 3 games. They're like, I believe, I guess they started 1-2, not 0-2. Oh, you won versus Victory 5. Yeah, it was against Victory 5, but it was with Khan. That's kind of why they put Khan in, so maybe they can actually play their superstar top laner that they purchased. Maybe they can play him a little bit this split. Maybe not. We'll never know. But yeah, Fun Plus Phoenix, even throw away the Victory 5. They beat Billy, they beat OMG, they beat Sunning, they beat RNG 2-0, they beat Team WE. They're just sweeping through people right now. And I just, like I've said before on the other podcast, E-Star I have as the number 2 team in the LPL, number 2 team in the world. It would be a toss-up for me between Gen G, G2, and Invictus Gaming for 3rd best team in the world. But E-Star and Fun Plus Phoenix are above all those teams, in my opinion. I moved RNG back up to 4th. They they came back after their struggle bus performances. They won after losing to both VG Gaming and Fun Plus Phoenix. They 2-0'd JDG, who was a very good team, and they 2-1 EDG. That was a very big test for RNG because those were two teams that were near the top but not quite at the top. LPL, the top 4, and the rest are there too. Well, I wouldn't count it out yet, Ryan. You know who's been sneaking up on us? Mr. Top Esports. Top Esports are coming back. Look, they have 2-0'd Dominus Gaming, JDG, and OMG. Dominus Gaming, throw it out. Dominus Gaming sucks, unfortunately. It's a shame. JDG and EDG are, JDG and OMG, two teams that were on the cusp of being like playoff. Like I had JDG at number 4 and like OMG at number 6, I believe, or number 7. I don't remember exactly. I had them previously on here, like much lower because the power rankings are 2 weeks old. But until they beat someone worthwhile. You don't think JDG or OMG is worthwhile? I think those are two solid playoff teams in the LPL that, or at least they're not like going to be contenders per se, but they're definitely solid playoff teams. Good God, I am balding. They're not the top 4. They are not the top 4. But Top Esports, we have at number 5. They are on the outside looking in of that top 4. You could say the top 4. No, they have not. They have not been competitive with the top 4, right? They got O2'd. And I believe they got O2'd. And I believe they got O2'd. I think they've lost. They've lost O2 to every top 4. They are gatekeepers. They are gatekeepers at number 5, okay? But the number being the gatekeepers to 4 teams that are probably in the top 6, 7 teams in the world, that's a pretty good spot to be a gatekeeper at, you know? It's not. I'm not gonna flame top too much for that. They're coming up. They're gelling a little bit. Carson's not literally running it down. So my point stands. Top 4 and the rest of LPL. Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate that the rest of the LPL has to deal with 4 teams that could be champions on any other league in the world. That just kind of is the life of the LPL. All right, who have we got next? EDG dropped after their losses. They lost both to RNG, and they did beat VG Gaming, but they did lose to RNG. They just dropped slightly. They were number 5. I just moved top over them. Still pretty decent performance so far this split by EDG. I've liked seeing that. I'm hesitant. They're a playoff team, but I'm hesitant to say they're anything more than a playoff team, if that makes sense. Like I don't see them making a deep run in the playoffs by any means. Like Ryan said. Top 4. And the rest. JDG fell pretty hard this week, getting not only 2-0'd to Top Esports, but 2-0'd to RNG. These were 2 big tests for JDG to prove that they are included in the top 4, name it top 5 at that point, and they completely dropped the ball going 0-4 in the process. They did beat Sunning today, but we never know with Sunning. We never know. Yeah. Well, Ryan, I wouldn't call the regions as top. I wouldn't call LPL as top heavy as NA. NA has one team. EU, 3-ish teams. I'm hesitant to put Origin in that, but Fnatic and G2, sure. LPL has 4 teams that are great, like world stompers, and then they have 4 teams that are about as good as the G2, not the G2 level, but the Origin Fnatic level. No, I won't say Fnatic, just the Origin level. So think of that. Think of like Origin, Dragonax, Afrika. Like that level is like the bottom level of the playoffs for the LPL, in my opinion. 2.5. Both out of 10. LPL is 4. No, I think LPL. If you're including a 0.5 on Origin, you gotta include JDG, OMG, and EDG. In my opinion. Maybe Team WE. They're not bad. I'm very impressed with their turnaround since playing from offline play. I think they've actually succeeded the most from playing from offline. Yeah. We got Sunning number 8. I hate this team with a passion. I want to love you, Sunning. I really do. I don't know why. I like the logo. I know Ryan hates the logo. Ryan's told me that he hates that logo. I like it. I find it kind of funny looking, but it's interesting. It's unique, you know? You don't see it anywhere else. It actually surprised me when I very first looked into the Chinese league at one point 2 years ago when I was watching the Gauntlet before Worlds where IG won Worlds. I was watching that Gauntlet, and that was the first time I've ever watched LPL. And I remembered, I just remembered looking at the teams in the LPL, just kind of looking at their logos. Oh, that one stood out to me because it's unique. And I kind of attached to that team. And then every single time I pick this team, they lose. And every single time I pick against this team, they win. It actually worked out today. It did work out today. Unfortunately, the rest of it not so much. So maybe we're on a learning pace. That Sunning learns how to win their games that they're supposed to win, and they learn how to lose the games that I picked them to lose. Smug Lion Gaming. That's amazing, Ryan. Ryan mentioned also, as long as Billy is outside the top 10, every team plus or minus 6 from their power ranking position no longer matters to me. Oh, man. LNG, like we said, has dropped a few games recently. OMG, they're up. They're only up because these power rankings are 2 weeks old. They were below, this was before. This would have been before week 3. These are 3-week-old power rankings that they're moving up from, because we would have moved OMG up from there, and then we would have kept. They just failed their test against Top and FunPlus Phoenix. They did take a game off FunPlus Phoenix, which was very impressive, but they as well as JDG failed their test completely. What else? Billy, I don't want to talk about him. Breaks my heart. Billy, you know what Billy reminds me of, Ryan? And I'm not trying to be mean. Billy reminds me of Sino Dragon Gaming after they changed their name to Dominions Gaming and after their miracle split in spring. They kind of fell off a cliff. And I'm kind of getting the same vibes here of Billy, unfortunately. They looked great. I was so excited for Meteor, coming back with a year of experience. Fofo, Fofo on the team. I love that pick. I go back to week 1 of this podcast. I love Fofo. Keen played great in week 1. Meteor just with Fofo was going to dominate with such insane aggression from both of them. And it doesn't work. Something's not working on this team. Extreme depression. I hear you, man. My depression, like I said at the beginning, I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the podcast, my depression, anxiety, out of control. Right now, it's been rough. And not just because Team Liquid lost. I swear. No, it's been. I mentioned it. I mentioned why. And there's more details to that as well, but the main reason as well. But Team WE number 12. That's not even centered properly. Jesus Christ, what kind of idiot am I? Was that the one with Steve saying keep expectations low or something like that for spring split? Vici Gaming moved up to number 13. Dominions Gaming 14. LGD 15. We don't really need to talk about these teams too much. Rogue Warriors. They're tough. Rogue Warriors is a tough team. They're a team that it's kind of weird. They were looking like they were on the up and up, and then all of a sudden, not so much. Because they replaced Haru with Wei An, and they looked much better with Wei An than they looked like with Haru. And then all of a sudden, Wei An was throwing games. He was match fixing, and that's not good. That's very bad. And so that kind of destroyed any type of momentum that Rogue Warriors kind of had going for them. They had a slight little bit of momentum, I thought, but not so much anymore. And Victory 5 is god awful. They still are only have one victory, which we called here. We called that one against oops, sorry for hitting the mic. We called that one against LGD, or against LNG, which I was correct. Ryan thought they were going to go all the way in that series, but it was a best of 3 at the end of the day. They could have gone all the way. They should have gone all the way. But they're Victory 5, and they are god awful. I mean, you don't have a team here, man. This is a 1-18 team. I dare I say Jin like Victory 5 this year. It's not good. You could scoot. I feel like you could scoot the entire list over to the right, and nothing of value would be lost. I feel bad. We would lose Ziwuji, man. We'd lose Ziwuji. And Ruby's okay. Crazy's not bad. They have Rogue Warriors. That's the issue. They have some very young pieces. They're just. It's unfortunate that they play in the LPL. Does that make sense? They're a young talent that needs a little bit of time to bud. Where the LPL, there is almost no time to bud with young talent because you have young talent like E-Star who just, a bunch of rookies, an ADC who never really worked out, only worked out a little bit, but trained under Uzi. Oh yeah, they're the best team, arguably the best team in the world. Yes, like Ryan said, a bunch of corner pieces does not a completed puzzle make. Sure, I agree. That's why they are 16th. But I will say there's value in those corner pieces. Those corner pieces have a little bit of value that we would lose. You can throw Victory 5 out there. There's nothing of value in that team. You could throw Haru out, which is very sad because he was a beast for a little bit on EDG. You could throw out Lei. Lei is a problem child. But if you got Ziwuji, Ruby, and Crazy, a new jungler that doesn't match fix, and a new support that doesn't ent, maybe someone needs to be looking at Lei for match fixing, to be honest. But this team would be a little better. I don't think they would be a playoff team by any means, but there's potential for a next 2021 spring split. They keep the same group. They spend the bank on a jungler. Let's say we get a very strong jungler here, and we pick up a nice solid support for Ziwuji. Actually, maybe even pick up an insanely expensive support for Ziwuji, like an all-star support, and just an average jungler, and I think Ziwuji would pop off with that, personally. But yeah, that will be the power rankings for everyone. So let's kind of just go over to the predictions, I would say. Jackie Love roll swap? No, let's not do that. My sticky notes are frozen, by the way. They actually they're kind of broken, and I don't know why. But nope, they all don't work there, unfortunately. So we're gonna just move this over there, and then we're just gonna have the random ad play at the beginning. All right, so let's go here. Zoom in. Boom, 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 boom. Week 5, we predicted LNG. Wrong. We predicted Fun Plus Phoenix. Correct. We also predicted JDG. Finally got a game against Sunning. Correct. So far, 2-1. Good start. That's a 66%. That's all we're gunning for 67. So Idol can't call 66. We're currently at 64. We're gonna get better. We're usually above 70 in China, but it's been a weird one. It's been a very weird one. LGD versus EDG should be this should be a nice recovery matchup from EDG. Let's pull this up. EDG is coming off of their loss to RNG, which was a close one. They won a game. They almost came back and won the series, but I think that's a good recovery game after that. After a tough series loss like that, give me EDG here. I'm fine with that. IG as well is coming off of a loss to E-Star. I personally feel like this is going to be a beat OMG up game here. I think OMG failing me against Fun Plus Phoenix, they did take a game, and failing me against Top Esports, I feel like they're just not ready for the elite. They can't get past the gatekeeper. You're not going to beat the people that the gatekeeper is locking in or locking away. Me 2-1. LNG, they're close. Every game, 2-1 against E-Star, 2-1 against Sunning, 2-1 against Vici Gaming. They're gonna... Dominius looked pretty good against Rogue Warriors, I will say. Was that last week? That was last week, right? They got top. They got demolished at top. They beat Rogue Warriors. They looked very good against Rogue Warriors, and then they got embarrassed by E-Star. So I think E-Star kind of is going to crush their soul, though. Give me LNG to recover from their 3-game losing streak so far. E-Star versus Vici Gaming. Vici Gaming coming in hot with their win, but E-Star dominating team. I do not trust Vici Gaming whatsoever there. Same with RNG versus Victory 5. Is LNG the new Vici? I said that at the beginning of the podcast, right? I said, dare I say they are the new Vici. But no, they've already won 4 series this year, so they've already won as many as Vici won in like back-to-back splits. Give me RNG over Victory 5, easy as can be. Team WE, give me them over LGD. I think if Victory 5 wasn't in this league, and I would believe in Rogue Warriors, even though I have Rogue Warriors lower than LGD, I believe in Rogue Warriors more so than LGD. LGD does have Kramer, and they have the rare sighting of Peanut every now. Like we haven't seen much since then, but like we saw Peanut play very well out of nowhere. That was that week 3. Like that came out of nowhere. So maybe that can come back, but give me Team WE. Kramer versus shoot, whom I'm blanking. Kramer versus no, I was thinking Mystic, but you laughed. But Teacher Ma, I think that's how they say it. They have this pronunciation now, but we're not gonna go to that because my screen's all zoomed in. But yeah, he's been a very good addition for Team WE. He's completely turned the season around for them. So Team WE there. Rogue Warriors versus Billy. Ryan. You gotta give me Billy here. I gotta take Billy. They gotta win this game. I don't want to call their season over, but they're already 2 games out with only 3 weeks left. If they drop to Rogue Warriors here, it's over. The season is over for Billy. This is a must-win game for them. So I'm going to take Billy, but I'm kind of scared because I'm kind of scared Ziwuji's going to pop off on that bot lane. But Meteor can really take out Haru, I think. This has to get Meteor clicking again. Meteor and Fofo, please. My beloved corner pieces. I'm telling you, my beloved corner pieces are what scared me in this. Like crazy against Kingen. Like King's not been playing too well. We have what's it called as well. We have Ziwuji on the bot lane. Billy's bot lane isn't exactly crushing people at the moment. Let's say that. If they can get some free kills from Lei, and if Meteor can finally wake up and perform properly for once, like give me Billy to come back, please. I want to see Billy come back. I shouldn't be scared, but I'm kind of scared that this is a trap game. I think Rogue Warriors wins this game, but I'm gonna pick Billy because I'm very depressed, and they have to win. They have to win. So. This is a game. Can you tell by my reaction to this of just disgust of having to watch? I love both these teams. Let me first start up. I love Sunning and I love Top. I also hate Sunning and I hate Top. They never go how I think they will. If Sandbox can come back, Billy can. Doesn't matter of time. I'm so annoyed going back into the Korean podcast. Oh man, I totally whiffed on that Sandbox. I was in full belief that Sandbox was dead in the water. And of course, like most things is split. They weren't. They did take a game off FunPlus. I believe. I'm believing. I picked them. I believe it. Oh, give Give me top. I know how that game's gonna go. Give me top. If you have like $1,000 of free money that you are okay with risking, bet on Sunning. You'll probably win that game. Just a heads up. Yeah, you think Rogue Warriors wins 2-0? I also I'm picking Billy, but my gut is just screaming Rogue Warriors. This is like it is all like Rogue Warriors is gonna win this game, man. Rogue Warriors is absolutely gonna win that game. EDG versus Dominions Gaming. Give me EDG. My fandom for Dominions Gaming is shrinking very quickly. The more and more losses constantly happening. IG versus Victory 5. Is this the Shulka versus G2? Probably not, but you never know. With the IG team has a lot of happy games sometimes. And we'll see how it goes. I'm going to pick IG. I'm not going to risk a pick on it, but E-Star versus RNG. Let's go. One of the great games we have this week. We have a lot of kind of stinkers, to be honest, this week until this weekend. RNG versus E-Star. I'm going to go E-Star. E-Star. I'm still like RNG came back, but they were doing it against mid-tier teams, like Ryan was mentioning before. Now we got to see improve it against top tier, and not only once against E-Star. The issue here, which is the main reason why I'm picking E-Star, is because RNG not only has to focus and practice for E-Star on Friday, they have to immediately practice for IG on Sunday as well. And I think they're going to be splitting their time on both of them, and it's just not going to work, unfortunately. Rogue Warriors over LGD. Give me my piece. Give me my corner pieces. I gotta give them a win here, especially if they beat Billy too. They'll give them 2 wins there. Yeah, that who possibly who I could never. I don't know anyone that would do that. No one here made that prediction. Oh man, Team WWE versus OMG. Give me OMG. OMG strikes back. Yeah, give me OMG here. I think that's a tough one. That's a 50-50 game. But I think OMG is going to come back strong after getting embarrassed kind of by the top tier teams. They got to take down teams in their region if they're going to make playoffs. Fumbles Phoenix over top. Give me that all day. I don't even the way Doinby's playing out is mine. Doinby's playing better than Knight, I dare say, right now, and it's been kind of remarkable. Actually, I was actually gonna look at that. Yep, Knight has 7 MVPs, by the way, just so you know. Knight's still there. He's still right there, but the rest of his team has been. Carsa's been disappointing. But they got 3-game win streak right now. They're coming in 3, and after they beat Sunning, possibly, then they'll be on a 4-game streak. Maybe they take a game from Fun Phoenix. I don't think so. I think Fun Phoenix cleans house against them. I think Fun Phoenix's style around just controlling mid and just suffocating their bot lane and stuff like that. I think that just works against tops too hard. Don't be popping off the split. JDG versus LNG. Both teams on struggle bus right now. Give me LNG, actually. I think LNG will get a nice recovery from beating DMO, and because of that, they will actually ride. Wait, does JDG did beat Sunning, but give me LNG here. That's a little bit of an upset pick here, but I'm not convinced on JDG anymore. I think they're looking a lot shakier than previous. Billy versus EDG. God. I gotta go EDG with what they call Wei in the jungle versus Meteor. The way Meteor's playing is hopefully Billy win this game. I'm gonna root for them, but I think it's gotta be EDG. You'll take junk dumps in their gamers. Nice, right? Oh, I'm surprised. We're a little different there. For beating the smug Lions. Let's wrap the podcast up. I got IG versus RNG. This is also match of the week as well. If RNG versus E-Star, and I think RNG is in a crappy spot where they're gonna be practicing for E-Star. They have a little bit to practice for Victory 5, not much, let's be honest. And then they immediately have to go into E-Star after that, like 2 days later, and then they immediately have to go into IG after that. There's just going to be so much game plan and not enough time to scrim and everything like that. I don't think they're going to have it in the next 2 games. And I think RNG needs to prove with at least one win out of these 2 that they belong in a top 4 scenario here. Yeah, there's me and Ryan were on the exact same page. RNG is in a crappy spot, but this is a proving ground for them. Exactly. These are 2 games. They have to come out with 1 win here to prove that they belong in that top 4 elite, top 8, 7, 8 teams in the world, I would say. But if they don't, yeah, they have to prove their best game, so they belong on top. Exactly. I think that it's going to be a very hard test for them. I don't believe in them to do that, unfortunately. I do think IG and E-Star are going to beat them. I think that they're going to be about a 2-1 each on there. But it's rough. I wouldn't be... If I had to pick a team that RNG is going to upset more, it's IG. It's not E-Star. I don't think they're going to beat E-Star. I think IG can slip up. We've seen IG slip up. But yeah, that will be the predictions for this podcast. I think that will be all as well. Thank you so much for coming, Ryan. I appreciate the commentary. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And tomorrow we'll be doing the NA podcast. I'm assuming, Ryan, will you be there for NA tomorrow? If so, we'll do NA. If not, we might do Korea, because I still got to do Korea somewhere in there. I might fit Korea at the end of NA. We don't know yet. I still haven't decided. But anyway, that will be the podcast. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. Good night.